my name is Hassanamila Imami with MPM 08. Now I want to give an argument for government and opposition team. I, as the government side, pro with this motion about 6:30 a.m. school start. I strongly support the implementation of the 6:30 a.m. school start time for high school students in Indonesia. This policy is not a punishment, but a structured attempt to build discipline, responsibility, and stronger daily routines among youth. Early start times help create a more productive mindset and train students to align with real-world expectations, especially as they prepare to enter adulthood and the workforce. In many sectors, adult working hours begin around 7 to 8 a.m. By introducing students to earlier start times, we instill habits that will help them transition smoothly into adult life. It can reduce the culture of staying up late unnecessarily, which is often filled with distractions like prolonged screen time, social media, or gaming. Instead, students will be more likely to sleep earlier, wake up earlier, and use that day more effectively. Moreover, the benefits extend beyond time management. Early dismissal allows students to get home sooner, giving them more time to rest, help their family, engage in religious activities, or join extracurricular programs. This balance is especially important for students who live in multi-generational households or have responsibilities outside of school. Additionally, it can help students who want or need to take part in part-time work or tutoring in the afternoon. There is also a practical benefit in terms of transportation. Traffic congestion in many urban areas peaks after 7 a.m. When school starts earlier, students can avoid the worst of the morning rush. This can reduce stress, improve punctuality, and even lower the risk of accidents. For parents who need to drop off their children before heading to work, this timing is far more convenient and reduce the rush many families experience in the morning. We also need to consider national consistency. In reality, many public schools in Indonesia already start between 6:30 and 6:45 a.m. Formalizing this practice at a national level helps ensure that students across the country are operating on a similar schedule, which is especially important for nationwide exams, competitions, and academic calendars. A uniform schedule helps the government design and implement better education policies and support systems. It is true that adolescent sleep patterns differ from those of adults, but this does not mean that early working is harmful in all cases. The key lies in promoting better sleep hygiene, encouraging students to avoid screen use late at night, to wind down by 9 p.m., and to create a supportive environment for early sleep. With proper guidance from parents, teachers, and schools, this lifestyle is not only achievable but beneficial. In conclusion, the 6:30 a.m. school start is a proactive step toward building a more disciplined, organized, and future-ready student population. It encourages time efficiency, aligns with working family schedules, and creates more room in the afternoon for rest and activities. While implementation challenges are real, they can be addressed through supportive community measures and gradual adaptation. What we need is a shared national rhythm that prepares students not only for academic success, but also for real-world demands of adulthood. teach responsibility, the more equipped our young generation will be to lead Indonesia into a better future. While I'm as opposition team, against the motion of 6:30 a.m. school start. We firmly oppose the policy that forces high school students to start school at 6:30 a.m. This approach, though intended to instill discipline, overlooks critical biological, psychological, and socio-economic realities faced by teenagers in Indonesia. It places unnecessary pressure on students and risks doing more harm than good. First and foremost, adolescence is a unique phase of human development. Scientific research from institutions like the American Academy of Pediatrics and the World Health Organization confirms that the teenagers experience a natural delay in their biological clocks. This means they tend to fall asleep later than and need more sleep than adults to function properly. Forcing them to wake up as early as 4:30 or 5 a.m. simply to make it school on time disrupts their sleep cycles and leads to chronic sleep deprivation. The consequences of insufficient sleep are severe. Sleep-deprived students often suffer from fatigue, low concentration, irritability, and even long-term issues like depression or anxiety. It also affects their immune systems, making them more prone to illness. From an academic standpoint, it's counterproductive. Students who are half asleep during the first hours of school will not absorb material effectively, especially when crucial subjects like math or science are scheduled early in the morning. Second, the policy fails to consider the vast diversity of student backgrounds in Indonesia. Many students, particularly in rural or remote areas, have to travel long distances to reach school, sometimes through unsafe or poorly lit routes. Public transportation is not always available that early in the morning, and walking in the dark increases vulnerability, especially for girls. Requiring students to be present by 6:30 a.m. creates inequality and endangers those with fewer resources. Additionally, the assumption that families can easily shift to an earlier routine is flawed. Not all households have the same access to electricity, digital alarms, or a quiet sleeping environment. In poorer or densely populated communities, going to bed early is not always an option due to household responsibilities or noise. This creates yet another layer of unfairness in enforcing the same rigid schedule on all students. Rather than focusing on school start times, the government should invest in improving teaching quality, updating school facilities, and providing flexible systems that adjust to students' real needs. Discipline should come through engagement, not restriction. Students perform better when they are well rested, mentally prepared, and supported, not when they are forced to conform to adult schedules that don't with their developmental stage. In conclusion, the 6:30 a.m. school start rule sacrifices student health and well-being the illusion of discipline. It ignores scientific evidence about adolescent sleep needs, neglects the diverse living situations of students, and risks turning education into a burden rather than a pathway to growth. Education policy should be rooted in care, understanding, and practicality, not uniformity for the sake of control. If we want to build a generation of students who are successful, we must first allow them to thrive, and that begins with letting them rest. A more human, flexible, and research-based approach is the real solution to Indonesia's Indonesia's education challenges.